Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, and peace. She's got long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, endurance, faith, and meekness too. Shebrew royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit. Shebrew royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, and peace. She's got long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, endurance, faith, and meekness too. Shebrew royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit.
Well, Shalawam, Shalawam, sisters. Shalawam, Shalawam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shalawam. Sister Ahab Karad, welcome. Shalawam, Shalawam. Who else is here? Who else is here? Come on in, sisters. As you come in, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. All right, come on in. If you haven't already done so, let us know that you are here. You're in. That's right, sis. You are in. All praises to the Most High. You are in. Yes, I am so glad to see you. I'm so glad to see you. Sisters, if you are out there, please drop a little note, a comment in that comment box and let me know that you are here. Let me know you're here. I want to know who I am communicating with right now. Come on, talk to me. Let your presence be known. Let your presence be known. Come on in, sisters. I am so excited about tonight. I am so excited about tonight. But before moving forward, let's do the praise. Let's do the Thawada, to the Most High for bringing us back another Sunday, another week, right? AHAYAH, ASHAR, AHAYAH, the God of the Hebrews and the Shebrews. I am that I am, in the name of his Son, YASHAYA HaMashiach, whom the world calls Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, Rawach Qadash. So we give the Godhead a huge shout out, a praise for bringing us back another Sunday, bringing us through another week. It is such a blessing to be here. And I am your hostess, Kuala Yakaka, and I humbly thank you for joining me today on another broadcast. I am just so grateful to be here. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Sister Lillian is here. Shalawam, sis. Sister Adana, nice to see you. Talk to me. How was your week? Let's talk about the week that passed. Was it productive? Was it fun? Was it busy? What was going on in your week? My week was super busy. Super busy. Yes. And yeah, we're going to talk about all of that. I've got so many things up my sleeves right now. I can't reveal all of them right now, but I got plenty of stuff up my sleeves, and I'm working on some stuff, y'all. So yeah, I think y'all are going to be happy with these things that I've got going on, because it's not just about me, it's about you all. Really, it really is about you all. So little by little, we're going to peel all these layers off the onion so that you can know what's been going on with me, what's been keeping me so busy these past few weeks. But praise the Most High, we are back, and I am just so thankful. Let us get these disclaimers out of the way, because we just got to do that. We just got to get these disclaimers out of the way. And so let's start. Before moving forward, let me make the first disclaimer that tea time with Shebrew royalty is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. But if you happen upon this channel and you realize that you don't agree with our beliefs or our lifestyle, that's okay. Just keep searching YouTube until you find your perfect cup of tea and your perfect flavor. You owe that to yourself. Also, what I do ask is that you not leave any comments, derogatory comments or insults in the comment box, because that would be distasteful. We would really appreciate it, and we thank you in advance. Also, although I am a licensed physician assistant and certified functional nutrition informed professional, and I will be touching on topics of health and wellness on my broadcasts, we will not be utilizing this platform to diagnose or treat anyone's illnesses. If you are experiencing any medical problems whatsoever, please consult your healthcare practitioner. And the views that you will hear on this channel are the views of myself or my guest, and not those of any particular church or organization. The information provided on this channel is for educational and informational purposes only, and is not intended as medical advice. The content shared here, including videos, guides, and resources, reflects general wellness and personal experiences, and should not be used as a substitute for professional medical diagnosis, treatment, or advice. Always seek the guidance of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, diet, or wellness program. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have seen or heard on this channel. Some videos and materials may feature foods, herbal teas, nutritional supplements, and skin or hair care products offered through Shebrew Royalty LLC. These products are not evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results may vary, and individuals with allergies, underlying health conditions, or those who are pregnant or nursing should consult a qualified health professional before using any products or adopting any wellness recommendations shared on this platform or the Shebrew Royalty LLC website. By watching this channel, you acknowledge and agree that you do so at your own risk. The creators, guests, and affiliates of this channel are not liable for any injury, loss, or damage allegedly arising from any information, suggestions, or practices shared here. So let's talk about, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about our featured products. Every week, we will be featuring a product from our Shebrew Royalty, Temple Treasures, or Hebrew Royalty product lines. We have so many incredible organic products, sometimes it's really so difficult to choose. But our featured product tonight is from our Hebrew Royalty collection. Yes, you heard that right. Our Hebrew Royalty collection. But before I announce what our featured product is, let's talk a bit about Hebrew Royalty. If you haven't checked out our Hebrew Royalty collection yet, sisters, it is time to do so. Of course, not for yourself, but for Hebrew royalties in your life, right? Whether it is your husband, son, father, an elder, someone that you look up to, these products make amazing just because gifts. They don't have to be for any particular occasion, maybe just because. So let's talk about Hebrew royalty. And I am going to pull up the website. Give me just a second. Let's talk about our Hebrew royalty collection. And I will unveil what the product is. So who is here? Sister, I saw Sister, what's Sister Phyllis here? Yes, Shalawam, Sister Phyllis. The water, fall colors, it's that time. Yes, all praises. Oh goodness, you have a blouse with the same design. Oh my goodness, see? Great minds think alike. Sister Nara is here. Shalawam, sis. Shalawam. So good to see you. I am hearing me. Where? Hold on just a second. Are you all hearing an echo? Let me see where that may be coming from. I am hearing an echo. Is it from my phone? Let's see. Are you all hearing an echo? Are you hearing me? Like in an echo? I think it's gone. Okay. It has departed. Yes, sis, it's so good to see you. You don't hear an echo. All praises. Yeah, I think my mobile phone was turned up just a little bit there. So let us talk about Hebrew royalty. Let's share my screen here with you. Our Hebrew royalty collection. All right, we are right there. Here we go. There it is, our Hebrew royalty collection. Regal, royal, Hebrew royalty. This is what royalty looks like, sisters. This is what royalty looks like for the king that knows his worth, right? And it says here, because self-care is not just for the queen. It's time to honor your temple, walk in your strength, and wear your crown with confidence. Inside and out. The Hebrew royalty collection, created for the king, rooted in tradition, crafted for today. Strength, confidence, sacred self-care. The Hebrew Royalty Collection is a curated line of grooming essentials created exclusively for the king, rooted in ancient tradition and crafted with the modern Hebrew man in mind. These products nourish, protect, and honor the king's temple, from crown to roots, beard to skin. So our message to our kings: each product reflects dignity, strength, and the responsibility of maintaining your temple as a Hebrew king. Honor your temple, walk in your strength, wear your crown with confidence inside and out. The Hebrew Royalty Collection, created for the king, rooted in tradition, crafted for today. So let's see what we have here for the Hebrew Royalty Collection. We have for the King's Temple. We have the King's Temple Nourishing Body Butter. That's not the product for tonight. We have the Royal Muscle Recovery Oil. That also is not the featured product tonight. We have the Hebrew Royal Tea Blend. That is not the product for tonight. Then let's scroll down to Beard, Crown, and Roots. Voila, here it is. Tonight's featured product is the King's Glory Beard Oil. And it says here, condition, strengthen, rule with confidence. So let's talk about this beard oil. This nutrient-rich beard oil softens the hair, promotes growth, and enhances the beard's natural fullness with a blend of black seed oil, jojoba, and sacred essential oils, which we'll go into, crowned with the subtle scent of strength. Doesn't that sound amazing? So the ingredients are jojoba oil, black seed oil, sweet almond oil, and argan oil. Essential oils: frankincense, cedarwood, myrrh, sandalwood, and patchouli. And what are the benefits of this oil? It nourishes and conditions the beard hair, helps reduce itch and dryness under the beard, leaves a subtle, regal, masculine aroma, supports beard health and growth, and reflects ancient Hebrew wisdom in modern form. So let's talk about each ingredient and what each ingredient brings to the table. Let me go over here to the store so you can see what the oil actually looks like. Go to the Hebrew Royalty Collection here. And here it is, the King's Glory Beard Oil. And this oil is phenomenal. So let's start with the jojoba. The jojoba closely mimics the skin's natural sebum or oil. It moisturizes both skin and beard, reduces dryness, itchiness, and flakiness. It's non-comedogenic, which means that it doesn't clog the pores, and it's easily absorbed, once again, without clogging the pores. Next is the black seed oil, which strengthens and nourishes the hair follicles, promotes beard thickness and reduces patchiness, contains thymoquinone, a powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, helps soothe irritated or acne-prone skin under the beard. Then there's also sweet almond oil, which is lightweight. It's a lightweight nourishment and conditioning oil. Softens coarse beard hairs, rich in vitamin E, A, and B for hydration and shine, and helps reduce split ends and improve manageability. Then there's the argan oil, which is for deep conditioning and protection. adds healthy sheen and reduces fizz, protects hair from environmental damage, rich in fatty acids and vitamin E for hair and skin health. Now let's talk about the essential oils that are in this beard oil. The frankincense, it's restorative and soothing. It calms inflammation and supports skin cell regeneration, enhances circulation for better follicle health, adds a warm, resinous, spiritually grounding aroma. We all know frankincense, right? That's one of the amazing biblical oils that we know about. Cedarwood stimulates hair growth and balances oil production, encourages stronger, thicker growth, has natural antiseptic and antifungal properties. It's masculine, it's woodsy. It has a masculine woodsy scent and it enhances the earthy profile. Then there's myrrh. It's skin healing and antimicrobial, soothes irritated skin beneath the beard, helps prevent ingrown hairs and beard rough. Deep, rich scent complements the regal blend. And then there's sandalwood. It's anti-inflammatory and calming, supports hydration and smooth texture, promotes a well-groomed appearance. Its iconic, luxurious scent, often associated with kingship and wisdom. And then there's patchouli. The purpose of the patchouli is it's balancing and fortifying. It strengthens the roots and enhances beard density. It's antimicrobial and skin repairing. It's warm, earthy aroma with aphrodisiac qualities. So in summary, royal formulation for the royal beard, this blend of these oil creates a multifunctional beard elixir that softens and strengthens the beard, promotes fuller growth, moisturizes the skin underneath, provides a deeply masculine sacred scent, reflective of Hebrew royalty. So there we have it. This is the oil. This is the featured product of the night. It is the King's Glory Beard Oil. And just 3 drops or so is necessary, of course, depending on how much beard there is, how long the beard is, but usually 3 to 4 drops is enough to take care of the beard. So there we are. What do you all think of that, sisters? What do you think of the King's Glory Beard Oil? Talk to me. Oh my goodness, y'all are on point tonight. Oh my goodness. Yes. Let me get caught up. Okay, no echo. Very good. Yes. Sister Nara says, I don't hear any echo. Yes, I love it. Yes, sounds perfect. No echo. Shalom, my beautiful regal royal sis. Shalom, sis. Shalom, Sister Sierra, Aqua Sierra. So good to see you. Oh, Tawada, Sister Nara, you said your products are everything. You definitely do know how to put the royal in royalty. All praises to the Most High, sis. All praises to the Most High. I'm having so much fun with this. I am so loving this part of my life. Let me just put it that way. I am loving this part of my life because I am really digging deep into my creativity and I'm loving it. And I'm, praise the Most High. He has given me this gift. And I just thank him because when I walked away from healthcare, I had tea time with Shebrew royalty, but outside of that, I was just kind of waiting to see what the Most High was going to do. And, you know, I think he did that. I think he did that. He really allowed me time to detox, let me put it that way, to detox from what I was doing before and to bring me into this phase at this time of my life. I am grateful. I am grateful. Sister Hapkarat says, Khan, I totally agree. All praises. Love the smell. Oh, come on now, sis. Come on, Aqua Sierra. You said you love the smell. All praises. Yes. Sister Niara says, everything is amazing from description to the actual ingredients themselves, as well as the presentation. I love it. This is Black excellence, Hebrew excellent. Hebrew excellent. All praises to the Most High, sis. All praises. All praises. So yes, that is our product for the night. That is our featured products. So for those of you that have a Hebrew royalty in your life, I am actually going to send one to my son. I am going to send one to my son. He doesn't have much of a beard, but this may, actually encourage him to grow a little one. Yeah. So sisters, are you ready for the big question? Are you ready for the big question? Sis Phyllis says, I want that king. Where can I find him? Says he is going to find you. He is going to find you. He that finds a wife finds a good thing, right? He is going to find you. You just be your beautiful, regal, royal self. That's all that you have to do, is just continue to be your beautiful, royal, regal self, and you will be found. You will be found. I do believe that. I do believe that. So sisters, what is your cup of tea tonight? What is your cup of tea tonight? Let's talk. What are you all sipping on? What do you have? So we're going to talk about my cup of tea. My cup of tea tonight is a tea that is not new to me, but it's new to you, because tonight is the first night that I am actually featuring it here on Tea Time, or even on the Shebrew Royalty website. I just added it to the website today, although I've had it here on my shelf. I've been drinking this tea periodically, and actually this was the very first tea that I made from Shebrew Royalty, and I don't know why it is just now being featured. I don't know. But anyhow, this tea tonight is called Heal Tea Womb Infusion. Heal Tea Womb Infusion, or healthy, instead of healthy womb, it's Heal Tea Womb Infusion. And that's what we've got here tonight. So let's talk about this womb infusion. Let's talk about this. Sister Bonnie, oh my goodness. Sister Habkarat says, I'm having evening kefir with agave. Oh yes, sis. Yum. Oh yes. Sister Bonnie says, earlier, but my screen went black and it took me a while to get on. Well, you are right on time, Sister Bonnie. I love it all. My son doesn't have a beard, but he has a thin spot in his head. Could it be used on the hair? No, says it can be used on the hair, but I have an even better oil for that patch. I do. I have an even better oil for that. So we are going to talk. I'm going to take you to the website, and we'll talk about that for sure. So let's talk about the Heal Tea Womb Infusion. Once again, I am going to bring up the website again. Let's talk about this tea. Let's go to the royal teas. Here we go. Heal Tea Womb Infusion. Here it is. It's toning, it's nourishing, it's soothing. It supports the feminine body, promotes cycle balance, and soothes the womb during every stage of womanhood. Supports womb wellness, it's mineral-rich nourishment, emotional and nervous system calming, promotes circulation and warmth. And here are the ingredients. They are, once again, all these products are all organic ingredients. So organic red raspberry leaf, nettle leaf, rose petals, chamomile, and ginger. So let's jump over to, let's go to the store. And let's go over here to royal teas. Here are our royal teas. And here we go. Heal Tea Womb Infusion. And like I said, I just added this to the website today, although I've had this tea here. And I am going to go into some deep information about this tea. So this tea is gentle yet powerful. It's a gentle yet powerful blend that's designed to tone and strengthen the uterus, support a healthy menstrual cycle, reduces cramps and PMS symptoms, nourishes the body with minerals and iron, calms the nervous system, reduces inflammation, supports emotional and womb-centered healing, promotes relaxation and warmth in the pelvic area. It is an excellent daily tonic for womb wellness, especially during the menstrual or follicular phases. So let me tell you about each ingredient and what each ingredient brings to the table. So number one is the red raspberry leaf, which is a uterine tonic, and it's also used for hormonal balance. Strengthens and tones uterine muscles, reduces menstrual cramping, balances hormones naturally. It supports fertility. It's rich in vitamins A, C, E, and B. It's mineral rich with calcium, magnesium, and potassium. And why is this red raspberry leaf, why is it important for womb health? It's known as the herb for the womb. It helps regulate periods and support smoother cycles. Then there's the nettle leaf, which is an iron-rich blood builder. It's high in iron, great for heavy bleeding or fatigue, supports energy levels, strengthens hair, skin, and nails, reduces inflammation, nourishes the endocrine system, supports liver detoxing, which is critical for hormonal balance. And this is important because it replenishes the minerals lost during menstruation and helps reduce PMS-related fatigue and weakness. Then there's rose petals. Rose petals, as we well know, oh my goodness, it's anti-inflammatory and it's really good for the heart. It calms emotional tension, opens the heart, reduces pelvic inflammation, softens mood swings. It's high in vitamin C, and it supports healthy skin and tissues. So rose really supports the womb. From an emotional standpoint, believe it or not, it helps to release grief or stress that's stored in that area, in the pelvic area. Then there's chamomile, which is a nervous system soother. Who doesn't like a good chamomile tea when you are just trying to wind down? So it also relieves cramps, reduces anxiety, encourages sleep and relaxation, eases digestive discomfort. It's anti-inflammatory for the womb, and it supports emotional balance. It helps calm the nervous system, helps to regulate the hormones, reduce PMS symptoms, and support a healthy cycle. And last but not least, ginger, which increases circulation, reduces cramps, supports digestion, and detox. And the warmth from ginger is essential for a healthy womb. These herbs bring heat to improve blood flow and reduce stagnation. So you may ask, what are the benefits of this Heal Tea womb infusion for postmenopausal women that no longer have a cycle? So even after menopause, the feminine body continues to move in energetic cycles, and the womb remains a powerful center of intuition, memory, and vitality. This tea supports postmenopausal women in 4 main ways. Number 1, postmenopausal women naturally experience a decline in estrogen, which can contribute to bone thinning, fatigue, decreased mineral absorption. So nettle and red raspberry leaf are rich in calcium, magnesium, potassium, and iron. These minerals help support bone density, energy levels, muscle function, and overall vitality. Hormonal shifts during and after menopause can also affect mood, sleep, and stress. Chamomile and rose provides emotional regulation, nervous system soothing, improved sleep, reduced anxiety, warmth, and heart opening energies. These can help ease the mood swings, the irritability, or emotional heaviness. So even without menstruation, the womb and pelvic tissues benefit from healthy blood flow. Ginger helps to increase the circulation, reduce pelvic stagnation, warm the womb space, eases tension in the lower abdomen and the hip areas. This is especially helpful for women who experiences dryness, pelvic heaviness, low libido, or decreased energy. Warmth supports pelvic vitality at every age. Also, postmenopause is often a time of reflection. It's a time where now we're reflecting on our identity, right? We're getting older, and, these thoughts start coming to our minds. Oh my goodness, I'm getting old, and so on and so forth. So you have a lot of emotional turmoil going on, right? So this is also a time where releasing past memories or traumas should be released. So rose, chamomile, and raspberry leaf gently supports emotional release, heart healing, and reconnection to the feminine essence. Most postmenopausal women report feeling calmer, more grounded, more connected to their bodies, and renewed creative flow. Maybe that's what's going on with me, right? All of this creativity that's just flowing. So this blend honors the womb as a sacred energetic center, even when cycles have ceased. So that's what's going on with this tea. These herbs are amazing. These herbs are amazing. So here's all the information here. This is the back label, which goes into how to brew the tea. There are the ingredients, the directions: steep 1 tablespoon per 8 ounce with hot water for 10 to 15 minutes. Cover while brewing. Strain and sip with intention. Sip knowing that, you know what, this tea is healing my womb. Support the feminine. It supports the feminine body. It's for womb harmony and encourages emotional and energetic support. There we go. So that is my tea for tonight. My tea for tonight. Let's see. Yes. Sister Sierra says yes. And that makes sense. Yeah, this tea is delicious though. But not only is it delicious and healthy, but it's extremely aromatic as well. I mean, we have the rose petals and everything going on in there. So you can purchase yours on ShebrewRoyalty.com/royal-teas. And here's another disclaimer. Before consuming any herbal teas or supplements, please be sure to check with your healthcare provider or pharmacist to avoid potential interactions with medications or any health conditions. Once again, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Instagram is up. I know, Sister Niara, you've been on the Instagram. The water for the support, the water for coming on there and supporting us on Instagram, sisters. If you are on Instagram, be sure to go to Shebrew Royalty LLC. Don't forget the LLC. Shebrew Royalty LLC. So, sisters, let's talk about last week's show, because tonight is jam-packed with stuff. So I'm gonna breeze through this stuff so that we can really focus on what's going on tonight, our topic for tonight. Last week's show was another very interesting show, wasn't it? Well, the show was interesting, but then the ending was once again really interesting also, because it was actually part 2 of the Fabric of Truth. And it was fast fashion and the cost to the world. So we uncovered some other hidden truths about the fashion industry. Once again, just as it was about to get even more interesting, my screen froze and it turned purple. At least they get the colors right. At least the colors, whenever my screen turns a color, it is always purple. So all praises, they get that right. But it's still weird. But at least I was able to present the first video, the environmental disaster fueled by used clothes and fast fashion. And that article, or that video, was by foreign correspondent ABC News in Depth. But immediately after that video, and just before I was about to start the second and my last video, the screen froze and was purple. But do you think that was a coincidence? Sis, I was asking, do you think that's a coincidence? But you hit the nail on the head. I really believe that that's what's going on, right? Sister Niara, you said that was crazy, too much truth coming out. And I mean, what do they expect? This stuff was already on YouTube. I didn't create that video. That video, I found it on YouTube. I was just showing a video that was already on YouTube. So, but like I said last week, although the screen was frozen and purple, you were all still able to hear me, which was a blessing. It was a bummer though, because I wasn't able to show the last video. And the last video was called Toxic Labels, the True Cost of Your Cheap Clothes, Child Labor in Fashion documentary. And oh my goodness, I really wanted to bring that video out. But I hope that you all were able to watch the videos on your own time, because they were very, very eye-opening and also heartbreaking. So the past 2 shows should provoke us all to rethink how, where, and why we shop for clothes, and start making wiser decisions, right? About where we spend our hard-earned dollars, right? We are empowering the fashion and clothing industries that are selling us toxic clothes. So these same toxic clothes are not only making us sick, but they're also making the people in other countries poorer. We saw what was going on in West Africa. And even more sick because their lands are being used as toxic dumping grounds. And children are also being exploited through illegal child labor and unsafe work conditions. We really need to strive to do better and start making some wiser decisions now that we are aware of where our dollars are really going. Sis, it definitely made my daughter and I think a little bit differently. Yes, yes, quite a lot differently. I am telling you, sis, I just want a whole new wardrobe. I want to get rid of all this stuff, but I'm not sending it anywhere. I'll burn it myself. I will burn it myself. I'm not sending it anywhere to let anybody else burn it for me. I can burn it myself. But and just get back to our linen and wools and cotton and the natural stuff that the Most High told us that we should be using, right? So that being said, and without further ado, it's showtime, and not at the Apollo, but right here on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. For those of you that may just be tuning in or joining us for the first time, shalom and welcome back to Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, where ancient wisdom flows into modern wellness. I'm your hostess, YASHAYAH, a licensed physician assistant, certified functional nutrition informed professional, and an advocate for sacred self-care. Sister Nara says, exactly. We do need to get rid of it, but we can't make it a problem for someone else. Yes. So definitely, I commend you on that reminder. Yeah, we just can't, because at one point we thought that taking these clothes to, these places, without calling any names, to have them send them to poorer poorer countries to clothe others. But why would we clothe others in junk that we don't even want to wear? Because we didn't really know that this stuff was so toxic. And not only that, once they get them over there, they end up on their beaches, in the water, in the sand, on their hills, their mountains. And then they're having to burn these plastic clothes, for lack of a better term, and all of the toxic fumes that these people are inhaling. It's criminal. It really is criminal. So yes, we have to do better. So in tonight's episode, we're taking a gentle but eye-opening look at something we all do every day. Every single day. We spend time on our phones. Here we go. On our phones, tablets, and computers right in front of me. I have my laptop. But what is all that screen time really doing to our bodies? We know that it's causing damage, but do we realize how much damage? So together we'll walk through how different organs respond when we spend hours looking at the screens, from our eyes and brain to the heart, the skin, the digestive system, the reproductive system, and even our ears. Each part of our body has its own way of letting us know when it is overwhelmed. So we'll also talk about EMF waves, something we don't see or feel directly, but that can still influence the body in subtle ways. And of course, I'll share some simple practical steps that you can take to bring your system back into balance without giving up the technology that you rely on. So this episode is meant to help us to understand ourselves a little better and support our well-being with awareness, compassion, and ease. So just get your tea, sip your tea, settle in, and let's explore this together. If this episode resonates with you, feel free to share it with someone who could use a reminder to slow down and tune into their body. So I just thank you all for being here. Let's jump right in. Let's talk about screen time and the body, what your organs are trying to tell you. So we're talking about something that affects every single one of us, how screen time impacts our bodies, our body organ by organ. Screens aren't the enemy, but anything we stay in front of for hours can pull us out of alignment with the rhythms the Most High built inside of us. We even talked about that with the clothing. And when that happens, our organ starts whispering. Sometimes they stop whispering and they actually start shouting. Some of yours may be whispering right now. So let's explore what our eyes, our brains, our hormones, our womb, our heart, even our ears may be trying to tell us. So first I want us to check out this article, and this article is by Epic Health, How Screen Time Affects Different Organs. Let me bring that article up on the screen for you all, and I'm also going to share the link in the comment box so you can have it for your own personal library. And once again, this is by Epic Health. And this article promises to give us science-backed reasons you might want to spend less time on your phone. And I do believe it will deliver on that promise. I do believe it's going to deliver on that promise because it has a lot of information in here about what screen time is doing to us. So let's scroll down here by Epic Health. Here we go. Hooked on our smartphones, we lose track of time as our thumbs scroll through effortless, endless, and entertaining content feeds. Meanwhile, the several-inch screen quietly emits blue light and waves of electromagnetic fields, or EMFs. We may not notice these constant influences, but our minds and bodies do. The average American reaches for their phone 144 times per day. Isn't that crazy? I know none of us are sitting here counting how many times we reach for our phones, but the average American, they say, reach for their phone 144 times a day. Growing scientific evidence shows that excessive screen time affects nearly every part of the body, beginning with the eyes, heart, spine, and beyond. So, how screen time affects different organs. Let's look at this. So with the eyes, it says blue light penetrates deep into the eyes, potentially damaging the cornea, lens, and retina. The risk, myopia, which is nearsightedness, eye inflammation, and blurred vision. Then there's the brain. Screen time reduces gray matter in areas controlling decision-making and emotional regulation, mimicking drug addiction patterns. Is this beginning to click? Okay, what are the risks? Depression, anxiety, ADHD, and suicidal ideation. Who knew that? Who knew that? All right, let's keep it moving. The ears. Says radio frequency EMF damages inner ear hair cells and auditory nerves. The risk, tinnitus, which is the ringing in the ears, and hearing loss, the heart. Screen time increases blood metabolites linked to high blood pressure and insulin resistance. Did you know that? The risk, chest pain, altered cardiac rhythm, palpitation, and cardiovascular disease, just from being on these screens. These are things that we're not being told, right? You show up, you have, suddenly you're dealing with high blood pressure and insulin resistance, diabetes, and you're wondering what's going on. I'm really eating okay. I'm not really that stressed out. My diet is good. No one will ever think that these conditions could be caused by screen time. The reproductive system. In the males, EMFs impair sperm function and reduces testosterone levels. In females, it disrupts fetal development and increases risk of miscarriage. The musculoskeletal system. Long hours on screen strains posture and contribute to a range of chronic pain problems. I can attest to that. Risk, chronic neck, shoulder, and back pain, as well as reduced bone mineral density. So now we're getting osteoporosis because of the screen time. Oh my. We can't make this stuff up. Bright screen, blurry eyes. Smart screens emit a combination of red, green, and blue light. Within this spectrum, they emit a notable blue light spike in the 400 to 490 nanometer range, also known as high energy visible light, HEV light. Our eyes can't completely filter out HEV light, so it passes through the eye and penetrates to the retina, the light-sensitive layer at the back of the eye. Laboratory studies show that exposure to intense or prolonged blue light causes temporary or permanent damage to the eye's cornea, lens, and retina. Blue light-induced eye damage may also cause the lens to become opaque and damage to the cornea, leading to various eye disorders. Dr. Salveen Kaur, a pediatric ophthalmologist who has studied the effects of screen time on eye disorders, told the Epoch Times that blue light from smartphones is associated with the development of digital eye strain, and children who are glued to digital devices are at greater risk of developing myopia, nearsightedness. A systemic review involving more than 335,000 participants found that a daily 1 hour increase in screen time was associated with 21% higher odds of developing myopia. Each hour of screen time increases odds of myopia. So look at that graph. With 5 hours a day, your odds more than double. So it's not just myopia. Let me scroll down some more. It's not just myopia. A study published in Ophthalmic Epidemiology, tongue twisted here, found that daily smartphone use for more than 2 hours was associated with a higher likelihood of experiencing various symptoms simultaneously, including blurring, redness, visual disturbances, inflammation, and dryness. Yes, your eyes are just the first victims of exposure to digital devices. So let's talk about EMF overload and tired ears. So that was a lot about the eyes. Now let's talk about the ears. People who frequently use cell phones from a young age may develop hearing loss, comparable to that usually seen in people in their 70s. That's incredible. Dr. Naresh Kumar Panda, an ear, nose, and throat specialist who has studied the effects of cell phone use on hearing, told the Epoch Times. Multiple studies have evaluated the impact of cell phone radio frequency, electromagnetic radiation, EMR, on the ears. When talking over a cell phone, the ear, the auditory nerve, and a portion of the temporal lobe absorb radio frequency EMR. Radio frequency EMRs are the radio waves that connect your phone to a cell tower. These waves can penetrate body tissues, produce heating effect, and stimulate the auditory system, even in the absence of sound. Wow. Multiple studies have shown that people with excessive smartphone use are more likely to report poorer hearing ability and higher hearing thresholds, meaning they need louder sounds to hear what used to be baseline. Radio frequency EMR exposure from prolonged cell phone use, along with headphones or Bluetooth earbuds, may also damage inner ear hair cells. The sensory receptors that convert sound into neutral signals so your brain can interpret it, causing mild to moderate hearing loss. Long-term cell phone use, even if just 1 hour of phone calls per day, could harm hearing and desensitize the ears to sound. Panda said, Bluetooth devices are equally damaging. Wow. Auditory threshold shifts may be temporary if the exposure is not too severe, but damage to the auditory system could be permanent with long-term exposure. And let's see. I lost my space there. Yeah, he added, however, more research is needed to understand this in depth, he said. A Brazilian study found evidence suggesting an association between radio frequency EMR and tinnitus, especially in people who are more sensitive to electromagnetic fields. Panda, who was not involved in the study, said that tinnitus is one of the first warning signs of hearing impairment, and people who use cell phones for extended periods should consider it a red flag. Now let's talk about the heart and how the heart is affected. It says distinct metabolites, strained heart. Our handheld devices harm more than what lies above the shoulders. Their effects travel down into other organ systems. A study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that increased screen time is associated with abnormal blood metabolite changes, which are linked to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and insulin resistance. Did anybody know that? Let me check in with you all. Let me check in with you all. Okay. Does anyone, is this resonating with anyone out there? Is this resonating with anyone out there? It sure is resonating with me. The ringing in the ears, all of that. And then we'll talk about some other things, the neck strain and all of that. So Dr. David Horner, the lead author of the study, called the distinct pattern of blood metabolites a biological fingerprint of screen time. He told the Epoch Times that many of the same metabolites have been identified in previous studies for obesity and cardiometabolic disease, suggesting that the screen time fingerprint may represent an early stage of similar risk pathways. So these cell phones are wreaking havoc on our entire body. The analysis found that each additional hour of recreational screen use per day was linked to a measurable increase in cardiovascular risk scores. While the numbers may seem small for a single hour, the effects accumulate. A child with 3 extra hours of daily screen use would have roughly a quarter to half higher risk score than their peer with less screen time, he said. Wow. We really need to, this is another thing that we really need to get on top of, right? It's like every day there's something else. There's something else that we realize that we have to eliminate. Something else that we have to detox from and eliminate, because everything around us is toxic. I mean, the world is toxic at this point. Oh my goodness. Multiplied across a whole population, we would see a meaningful shift in earlier cardiometabolic risk that could carry into adulthood. Moreover, studies have shown that EMFs from mobile phones may affect heart rate variability. The variation in the time interval between consecutive heartbeats. The variability reflects how effectively the autonomic nervous system, both the fight or flight and rest or digest branches, control the heart. Low heart rate variability indicate cardiac stress and is a known predictor of cardiovascular problems. Prolonged cell phone use is associated with a low heart rate variability in healthy adults. Wow. Holding the phone close to the chest also alters ECG readings. With extended exposure, possibly leading to palpitations and chest pains. Multiple studies have also found that smartphones and accessories such as wireless headphones and smartwatches can interfere with implantable cardiac devices, including pacemakers and defibrillators. Beyond these direct physical effects on the heart, screens also increase cardiovascular risk indirectly by disrupting sleep. Horner observed the connection in his study. Sleep duration accounts for approximately 12% of the overall association between screen time and cardiometabolic risk, suggesting that part of the risk stems from screen time stealing hours of restorative sleep. Now let's talk about what's going on with our posture and our spine because of screen time. Lost in a phone screen while lounging on your couch can hurt you even further, right down to your bones. Increased sedentary behavior is generally linked to problematic screen use and contributes to poor posture and postural strain, leading to neck, shoulder, and back pain. Prolonged sitting and time spent on screens are negatively associated with bone mineral density. There are a variety of text diseases. Did you all know that there are such things as text diseases out there? Well, you're about to find out now. When concentrating on small screens, people tend to bend their necks more, which can lead to a prominent forward head posture, also known as text neck. It is one of the most common cervical abnormalities that makes people vulnerable to more conditions such as headaches, altered shoulder blade position, and temporomandibular disorder, or TMJ, a set of more than 30 disorders of jaw joints and jaw muscles. My goodness. 30 disorders. A case report published in Radiology Case Reports details the history of a 24-year-old YouTuber who used his smartphone for at least 16 hours a day, checking it every 10 minutes. He reported experiencing persistent head, neck, and upper back pain and numbness in his right arm for almost a year, the symptoms of classic text neck syndrome. His condition worsened to the point that he could hardly keep his head up for only a minute. An X-ray examination revealed an abnormal forward curvature of the neck, which is the yellow line, misaligned vertebrae, the red arrow, and arthritic degeneration in neck joints, which are the white arrows. After more than 3 months of reduced screen time and posture correction exercises, his symptoms substantially improved. So this is what his X-ray looked like. Wow. Unbelievable. As my mother used to say, we are killing ourselves to save our lives. This is a lot to digest, isn't it? These last few weeks. It says constantly swiping your phone can also cause wrist and thumb pain from repetitive strain, leading to conditions such as texting thumb. So we have text neck, and now we have texting thumb. A few years ago, there was no such thing. There was no such thing. But now with our smartphones and all of these devices that are supposed to make our lives so much easier, now we have a plethora of new conditions that are just popping up. Let's talk about the digital waves and disrupted fertility. Multiple studies have found that exposure to radiation from digital devices, including cell phones and laptops, is associated with reduced sperm motility, viability, and concentration, key predictors of male fertility. A study published in Toxics in June examined the effect of EMFs on sperm motility in a lab. Semen samples from healthy males aged 20 to 35 years were exposed to different sources of EMFs for 1 hour, with an assessment of sperm motility immediately thereafter. The results showed that progressive sperm motility, sperm moving forward in a relatively straight line, was reduced to 19.5 percentage points after exposure to devices such as smartphones and Wi-Fi network compared to controls. Their immotile sperm increased by 10 percentage points. Wow. So there's the graph right there that shows how high the motility is with no smartphones, and how it's reduced with the Wi-Fi networks and the smartphones. So it's not just our eyes, sisters, and our ears. Look at everything else that is being damaged. It's not just what EMFs emit electronically, but also what they emit thermally. Keeping digital devices close to the groin, such as in trouser pockets, can raise scrotal temperature above physiologically normal levels. Warming of the scrotal area can negatively affect sperm formation and function, possibly leading to decreased fertility in men. The longer and closer the exposure, the greater the adverse effects. The effects are also seen in women. A California study of more than 900 pregnant women found that those who were exposed to higher radiation levels had nearly 3 times the risk of miscarriage than those with low exposure. The study used a wearable monitoring device to measure participants' exposure to magnetic fields from various devices, including cell phones, over 24 hours. A meta-analysis had a similar finding. Using mobile phones for calls for more than 30 minutes a day during pregnancy may also hinder normal fetal development, leading to babies born smaller compared to those born in mothers who use cell phones less frequently. Now let's talk about the big C, the cancer risks. The possibility of developing cancer due to cell phone radiation exposure remains controversial, with research providing mixed results and no clear consensus to date. In 2011, the World Health Organization, International Agency for Research on Cancer, classified radiofrequency electromagnetic fields as, quote unquote, possibly carcinogenic to humans, noting limited evidence. However, the latest systemic review, partially funded by the WHO, found high certainty evidence from long-term animal studies that cell phone radiofrequency EMF exposure increases the risk of 2 types of malignant tumors in rats. The International Commission on the Biological Effects of Electromagnetic Fields, EMFs, ICBE-EMF, said in a statement that, quote unquote, the same types of tumors have also been observed in human studies of cell phone users, thereby adding significant confidence that the association observed in these studies are real. Animal studies are essential for predicting cancer risk in humans. Ron Melnick, chair of the ICBE EMF, said in the statement. Now we're going to talk about the mental toll. Excessive screen time can also affect brain function and reduce gray matter volume, especially in areas responsible for inhibitory control, decision-making, and emotional regulation. Gad Lisak, a clinical and behavioral medicine psychologist, told the Epoch Times that such structural changes found in various brain imaging studies mimic the addictive behavior seen in substance abuse. Such neural changes can make it harder for people to filter out distractions and focus on their goals, further affecting their emotional processing and contributing to increased neuroticism and impulsivity. Screen use is associated with an increased risk of mental disorders such as depression, anxiety, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, and even suicidal tendencies. It says suicide is the most pernicious, but certainly not the only mental affliction. A 2024 study involving 982 adolescents found that screen time of 4 to 6 hours per day led to a 25% increase in stress, 35% increase in depression, and 23% increase in anxiety compared to those with less than 2 hours of daily screen time. So there's the graph on screen time's impact on mental health. So how many of us hear about our teenagers, our children that are dealing with, diagnosed with ADHD, with depression, with anxiety? And we're not putting two and two together that this is coming from screen time. In the larger studies, teens who are heavy users of social media are nearly twice as likely to be depressed as non-users. Jean M. Twinage, a professor of psychology in San Diego State University and author of the book 10 Rules for Raising Kids in a High-Tech World, told the Epoch Times such a risk is not a small number for parents, she said. In preschool and school-age children, high screen exposure has been associated with attention difficulties. For instance, a 9-year-old Mark received an ADHD diagnosis as he exhibited symptoms of impulsivity, inattention, aggression, and mood swings that intensified with increased screen time, according to his case study published in Environmental Research. He spent most of his time playing video games on his PlayStation, computer, or smartphone, averaging more than 7 hours on weekdays and even more on weekends. He was put on methylphenidate or Ritalin, but the drug apparently caused him to become underweight. Seeking an alternative, Mark's parents enrolled him in a behavioral program in which he was put under a screen time reduction plan. Mark began showing improvement within 2 weeks. At week 2, his condition had week 11. At week 11, his condition had significantly improved, and he no longer met the ADHD diagnosis. Leszek, the author of the review, followed Mark after the intervention. He told the Epoch Times that Mark hasn't been diagnosed with ADHD-like symptoms again. Problematic screen use is also found to result in suicidal behaviors. A 2023 study involving more than 11,000 U.S. children aged 9 to 11 found that each extra hour of screen time per day was associated with a 9% higher risk of suicidal ideation and attempts. The odds of experiencing suicidal thoughts and behaviors were 36% higher for texting, 30% for video chatting, 21% for watching videos, and 18% higher for playing video games. And there's the graph on types of screen use and children's suicide risk. This is unbelievable, isn't it? Or not really. So the cure, despite extensive scientific evidence associating screen time with health risk, digital technology has already penetrated every corner of society because everyone uses it. Everyone is affected by it. Kishore P.V. Reddy, a senior machine learning engineer whose work focuses on training AI models, told the Epoch Times. Although modern devices come with built-in blue light filters, research shows they may not be very effective. CORE instead recommends healthy habits such as frequent blinking, minimizing glare, taking regular breaks from screen work, and following the 20-20-20 rule of looking at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds every 20 minutes to reduce eye strain. Panda suggests holding phones at arm's length while reading or watching videos, or using speaker mode during long calls to reduce radiation impact, and not keeping them near pillows or beds while sleeping. What's most important fundamentally is to cut the source, reduce screen time. We can't tell people to stop using cell phones, but to use them judiciously, using them only when absolutely required, Panda said. For kids, Twenge advised delaying giving them their own devices for as long as possible. No parent, educator, or developmental expert would say that 13 at the beginning of puberty and during middle school is the right time to introduce social media. She said, as children and younger teens are more vulnerable, 13 is the minimum age for kids to use most social media platforms in the United States. Alternatively, use a basic phone instead of a smartphone. This works for adults too, but they can get two phones, one for work, one for home, the latter with only text messaging and call making capabilities. Experts recommend replacing screen time with engaging alternatives. For Reddy, who works long hours on screen throughout the week, striking a balance between on-screen and off-screen activities is an important first step towards healthier living in the digital age. It says here, practicing meditation, reading, or physical books, playing a musical instrument, taking on challenging tasks, or simply going for a walk can help, he said. Okay, that was a lot to digest, wasn't it? Wasn't that a lot to digest? We're talking about the screen time and the effects that it has on every organ, just about every organ of our body. What did y'all think about that? So let me get caught up here. I was reading that article and couldn't keep up with the chat here. I'm scrolling back. Sister Adana says, I thought it only affected the eyes. Was unaware of the other issues screen time could cause. I know. I know, sis. This was what we would call eye-opening, right? In more ways than one. Sister Phyllis says, yes, sis, that was strange. I wanted to see the rest of the video. Khan, Unbelievable says, I never understand how damaging these effects are. Yes, absolutely. We are learning some things. We are really learning some things on, and it praise the Most High for revealing all this stuff, right? Because we have work to do. We have become so indoctrinated with the way of life, and we really need to start reeling things back and realize that all of these things that are supposed to be so good for us, so supposed to be to make our lives easier, make our lives better. I mean, I remember the rotary phones, right? Where you had to stick your finger in that little hole and turn the number and turn the number. I mean, I don't think any of us got text thumb from that. We definitely didn't get text in neck. There was no exposure, EMF exposure, when we were using these old-fashioned phones, right? But now these cell phones that we take everywhere with us. I mean, these phones go everywhere with us. We can't leave home without them. When once upon a time, we didn't know anything about having a phone with us. We would stop if we had to make a phone call and find a telephone booth, and we lived, we managed. I mean, we managed. And now it's like we cannot manage for 10 minutes without this doggone thing right here. Nayara says, the water for bringing this forth. Yes, all praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High, Consis, because this is a lot. Yeah, this article, it was pretty in depth about the harmless effects that it has on multiple organs and body parts, not just the cell phone, the laptops, because of the Wi-Fi, the computers, and all of these other electronic devices that we use. And it gave us some tips on what we can do to cut down on the time that we spend on these screens, thereby reducing the harmful EMF radiation and all of that, faulty posture, the strained spine. And I know, you all know my story. I've told my story over and over again about my neck issue and still dealing with that. I see a special chiropractor for my upper cervical condition that I have. But that was, I mean, I went for an entire year where I wasn't able to work. Oh my goodness, the pain, the headaches, the palpitations, all of this was coming from my neck. My blood pressure was out of the roof. All of that was coming from my neck. And, prior to my neck getting so bad, I mean, I had neck pain for years coming out of the military with severe degenerative disc disease in my neck. But it got really bad when I started primarily working in telehealth, where I was seeing patients all day on my computer, on my laptop, and doing this all day and hunched over. And by the end of the day, I was in so much pain that all I could do was lay on my couch and just cry, seriously. And then that progressed to the point where now I was having palpitation. I was having near fainting spells. I couldn't drive because every time I turned my neck, I was nearly passing out. And there was just so much going on, and my doctors couldn't figure out what was going on. And all praises to the Most High and the Holy Spirit, it was revealed to me what my condition was. And praise the Most High, I was able to get it under control naturally, because it was actually a horror story back then. It was a horror story. And, I had 15 ER visits within the space of 3 months based on everything, all of the symptoms that I was having coming from my neck. So when we're talking about this, you're talking to someone who really experienced it and went through it and still have some residual. Khan says, Aquat Sierra Khan. Yes. But look at me. Look at the Most High. Look at the Most High. Remember, I couldn't even walk around in my house. I could not walk. I could not go outside. I could not walk. an entire year of that madness. Oh my goodness. But I tell you, there's nothing that prayer cannot fix. And I had some super sisters. The Most High blessed me with some super sisters there in California that came to my home and took care of me. I can't tell this testimony enough. I can't tell it enough where the Most High brought me from. But I say all of this to say that I know exactly when I'm reading this, I know firsthand the effects from this. I know firsthand. At the same time, while I was going through that, my vision was horrible. I had to have cataract surgery on both eyes. Oh yeah, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing going on with me during that time. The cataract surgery, the neck issues. But praise the Most High, I didn't have to have neck surgery like they were predicting. They actually used my own blood, my own plasma to heal my neck. And that's a whole other story. Yes, lasted a long time, but AHAYAH Khan. Yes, sis. So these, a lot of these shows that I do, that these topics that I hit on, a lot of them come from either personal experience or knowing secondhand from people, patients that I've treated and I've seen these issues, and so, but in this case, this was really personal to me. Like I said, for my eyes, the ringing in the ears, the neck issue, the palpitation. So my heart was also affected by this indirectly. Thank God it was not, thank the Most High, it was not a cardiac problem. It was an issue coming from starting in my spine and causing, whenever I'd move, the structures in my neck, my muscles, tendons, and ligaments had become so weakened that they were not able to support my spine. And whenever I turn, my nerves were being pinched, my blood vessels were being pinched, which was causing my heart rate to go up, causing my blood pressure to go up, causing extreme migraines, all of that coming from my neck issue. And so praise the Most High, what you see today is truly miraculous. So that is why I don't take any day for granted. Yada AHAYAH. Yada AHAYAH. So sisters, yeah, that was a whole thing. So what some of the things that we can do, once again, I'm just going to go over a few things that we can do to stay well for our eyes. Let's use, like it said, the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something that is 20 feet away for 20 seconds. And your eyes will reset instantly. You can do that for the eyes. For the brain, take a tech, try a tech sunset, which is turn off your screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed, and allow the mind to just relax and exhale. Turn the screens off. So for our neck and spine, bring the screen up to your eyes instead of dropping your head down. Bring it at eye level. Bring the screens at eye level. Because when we do this, all of those things, it just puts too much strain on our necks, and our posture gets poor, and the headaches and the neck pain can become excruciating. For the heart, stand, stretch, or walk for 1 to 2 minutes every hour. Give your heart a rhythm reset. Because when we are sedentary all day long, just sitting there all day long, that is not good. So stand, stretch, or walk for 1 to 2 minutes every hour. Helps with the circulation, helps with the heart. For the skin, we did not talk about the skin, but the skin is also affected. The skin is also affected. That article did not go into the skin, but your skin feels the screen time too. The blue light penetrates deeper than UV rays and increases oxidative stress. So this can lead to hyperpigmentation or darkening of the skin, premature aging, collagen breakdown, inflammation, and if you're already suffering from acne, it can actually worsen your acne. So some of the things you can do is use antioxidant-rich skincare during the day. Hibiscus, vitamin C, green tea, rose, or frankincense-infused blends. Check out Temple Treasures body butters. I am telling you, sisters, I put those body butters on my face before going to bed. Every night, I lather my face up with my body butter, and I am telling you something. My skin just feels so amazing, totally amazing. I can't say enough about these body butters. And those of you out there that have experienced these body butters, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I put that on my face. I put body butter on my face before going to bed every night. As far as the digestive system, that's something else that we didn't talk about in this article. When you're sitting for long periods of time, it compresses the digestion, right? Also, you're eating while distracted, especially scrolling. It disrupts the brain-gut connection. And I've done some other videos previously on the brain-gut connection. You all may want to go back and watch that. Also, about mindful eating. There's a video on mindful eating. So important, because the bad habits that we have, where we're sitting for long periods of time, eating while distracted, eating fast, can cause bloating. It causes your digestion to be slower, causes constipation, causes overeating. Yeah, when you watch that mindful eating video, you'll see what I'm talking about. And poor nutrition absorption. So what should you do? Eat without screens and let your digestive system focus on nourishment. Just focus on nourishment, not whatever is going on these screens. Then the reproductive system. This is one part that, you know, they did go into that in that article. So the effects on the reproductive system for both men and women. So it says here, blue light interferes with hormone regulation, which may lead to irregular cycles, and this is by suppressing the melatonin. Irregular cycles, PMS intensification, fertility challenges, and also a cortisol overload. Cortisol is a horrible hormone that causes so many sicknesses and diseases. Chronic digital stimulation equals chronic stress. And high cortisol disrupts estrogen, progesterone, and ovulation rhythm. So what you'll want to do also our reduced pelvic circulation is another issue. Hours of sitting slows the blood flow to the womb and the ovaries. So this affects the uterine health, cycle, comfort, libido, and your hormonal detox pathways. So every hour, stand and gently rotate your hips to restore circulation to your womb area. We talked about the ears. Constant audio, video reels, notifications, these things overstimulate the auditory system. Earbuds overuse, these things, or especially those wireless things, can lead to tinnitus, which is the ringing in the ears, noise-induced hearing loss, ear canal irritation, dizziness, motion sensitivity. So in this case, and also nausea, follow the 60-60 rule. Keep volume under 60% and use earbuds for no more than 60 minutes at a time. Volume under 60% and use earbuds for no more than 60 minutes at a time. So what about the EMFs? This is the invisible energies emitted by our devices. They can cause headaches, fatigue, sleep issues, brain fogs, hormonal shifts, and stress activation. So here are some simple ways that we can reduce the EMF exposure. Even 6 inches reduces EMF dramatically. Do not carry your phone in your bra, your waistband, or your pockets. Use airplane mode when possible, especially during sleep, meditation, or reading. Limit Bluetooth exposure. Use wired headphones, such as what I'm wearing right now, when you can. Create a low EMF sleep sanctuary. Turn off Wi-Fi at night. Keep phones across the room and avoid charging devices near your head. I keep my cell phone in my bathroom at night, away from me, not in my bedroom. And my Wi-Fi, what is that thing called? The modem is on one side of the house while I sleep on the other side of the house. Just, and like it says, that another thing is we can actually turn it off. We can actually turn it off at night. There's no need to have Wi-Fi on. We're not up doing any, unless you're up working, but if you're sleeping, we can actually turn the Wi-Fi off. Set devices on surfaces instead of on your lap or against your abdomen. Remember, your body communicates electrically, your heart, your brain, and nervous system. Reducing EMF load supports those natural signals. You don't want anything disrupting that. So, sisters, screens are a part of our world. They help us to work, they help us to create, connect, and learn. But balance is important, it's sacred. Your body is always speaking through your eyes, your brain, your hormones, your skin, your heart, and even your ears. When we listen, we live with more alignment, more peace, and more sovereignty over our health. So that is tonight's. That was a lot. I know that was a lot, right? A lot of good information. And I did promise, hold on, sisters. Let me drop this link to the article in the comment box right here. I did promise to, I'm glad I remembered the AHAYAH. Turning off the Wi-Fi. Khan says, turn it off. Yes, we don't need it. So sisters, check this out. Check this out. I have a surprise for you all. I have a surprise. So many of you have been supporting me for so long, and I truly, truly thank you for that. Thank you for your support. So the surprise is, I have decided that occasionally I will give away a product from either our Shebrew Royalties collection, Temple Treasures collection, or Hebrew Royalty collection. So I know, although this is a platform that markets to us sisters, many of us have men in our lives, whether it is a husband, son, brother, uncle, elder, you know, many of us have men in our lives. So the Hebrew Royalty collection is also on the table as well. So I just want to show my appreciation for you all. So randomly, I will be selecting someone to receive a little gift from Shebrew Royalty. So the winner will be selected, like I said, randomly. The criteria is not going to be the same each time. Sister Nara says, me. So, yes, our first door prize winner, and I came up with the criteria earlier today for today's winner. Our first door prize winner tonight is actually Sister Ahab Karad. Sister Ahab Karad, tonight's winner. And the criteria was the first to drop a comment in the comment box tonight. So whoever was the first to drop a comment in my comment box tonight was going to be the winner. And that was Sister Ahab Karad. Thawada to Sister Ahab Karad for being the first to let her presence be known tonight. The prize is one of our all organic luxury teas from our Shebrews Royalties collection. So sis, we have the Koala tea. We have the Femininity, the Shebrew Royalty, and the Sacred Calm herbal tea. We have two others, which are my tea for tonight was the Heal Tea Womb Infusion and the Shebrew Strength Tonic Tea. I just don't have them packaged right now, but those are two options as well. So sis, you can either drop your choice in the comment box, what you want, or you may want to think about it. You may want to go on the website and just, read up on each tea and make a decision on which tea you like. And I know how to get in touch with you so you can claim your prize. But this is going to be a thing here on out. This is going to be a thing here on out. You never know when I am going to be having a giveaway. So I want each and every one of you to stay tuned, show up, participate, and who knows? You may be the next winner. So congratulations to Sister Ahab Karad. She is the winner of tonight's luxury herbal tea. And where are you, Sister Ahab Karad? Where are you? Are you still here? Sister Ahab Karad, did you disappear? Oh my, she disappeared. Okay. Well, she will be notified. She will be notified of her winnings. And yes, so next week's show is yet to be determined. This topic did not come to me until last night. That's how the Holy Spirit works with me. She knows I work really well under pressure. So sis, I'm trying to order the tea from your website. However, it's not allowing me to add it to my cart. Sis, go to store. Go to the store, because where it says Shebrew royalties, it just gives you a description. But in order to order, you have to go to the link that says store. Go to store. And when you go to store, click on to the left. On the left, it says royalties. It's right under temple treasures. You click on royalties, and you will see the teas right there. And you just click on which one you're trying to order, and you can order it right there. But you have to go to store. Let me know if that works for you. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. So next week's show is yet to be determined. However, another surprise. I am working on a huge project. The Most High willing, I will be able to announce it next week. I can't disclose it tonight, but know that I am working on this huge project, and you all are going to be so excited about it when I announce it. So whatever the topic is next week, you certainly don't want to miss it, because I will be making a huge announcement next week, Most High willing. So don't miss us next week, sisters. Also, just a reminder, once a month here on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, we will be honoring a medical superhero, a Black pioneer whose brilliance, courage, and innovation helped to shape the fields of medicine and holistic wellness as we know them today. This series is designed to restore what history attempted to erase: the truth that African Americans have been architects of healing, not just recipients of care. By remembering their contributions, we reclaim our legacy, we reclaim dignity, and we pass forward the wisdom of those who paved the way for our wellness today. So a few weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, we aired our first episode. I think it was 3 weeks ago in the series, Black Medical Superheroes, Freedom House, the first responders that changed everything. If you haven't seen it yet, please go back and watch that video. You will be glad that you did. Our next Black medical superhero will be honored on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty on Sunday, November 30th, 2 weeks from now. Please mark your calendars so you don't miss it. Please mark your calendars. Sister Nara says, I hope to see you then. I'm so glad that I took the time to spend with you these last couple of weeks. All praises to the Most High. It has been a blessing. It's been a blessing. Sis, I texted you. I don't know if you saw my text or if your number has changed. My number is still the same. So I texted you earlier in the week. Sister Nara, please check your phone and call me. I sent you a text. So if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe to Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty so you never miss our journey in women's health, wellness, and beauty. And please be sure to visit our wellness blog. I must say I am behind on my wellness blogs. Please forgive me. I have been working on some amazing projects, and I need an assistant. And at some point that is going to happen. That is going to happen. All praises to the Most High. I'm claiming that. Also, this channel is not monetized, but if you find the information that is presented on this channel to be useful and valuable to you, please feel free to give a donation to the cause. Nothing is too small. Nothing is too large. Shebrew Royalty LLC and Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty are labors of love and appreciation. What I present on this channel and create and offer on ShebrewRoyalty.com comes from a place of love, care, and appreciation for each and every one of you, for myself, and most definitely for the Most High, who has blessed me and gifted me with this amazing platform. We appreciate any gift that the Most High puts on your heart to donate. Donations may be sent to $Shebrew Royalty on Cash App. Please be sure to specify donation as the purpose for the transaction. Thank you, Thawada in advance for your generosity. All praises, sis. Oh, you didn't see it, but please call me. My number is still the same. I need to catch up with you, sis. I need to catch up with you. There's some things I need to talk to you about. There's some things I really need to talk to you about. We need to connect. So let's continue to grow this channel so that the information can reach Shebrews throughout the four corners of the earth, and even those that are not Shebrews but are willing to be a part of our community. We are to let our light shine so that others can be led to the source of the light. The water, sisters, the water. Sister Adonai says, the water, sis. Be blessed. You as well, sis. Have a blessed week. Thank you all for your continued love and support. I love you and always appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to have tea and conversation with me. The water. Thank you for your love, your support. I am so grateful to each and every one of you. So know that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for us. Until the Most High brings us back together, may you prosper and be in excellent health. And remember, true healing begins inwardly before it is expressed outwardly. I'm your hostess, AHAYAH, a voice of reasoning and justice. Until next time, stay royal, stay radiant, and stay rooted in truth. And as always, this is Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. Good night. Sister Zion, Shalawam. Wonderful program, Sister Deidre, Sister D. Shalawam says, Shalawam, Sister Dee. Shalawam. All praises to the Most High. Ahabatha. I love you all so much. See you next time, next week, next tea time on the same tea channel. Shalawam, sisters. Be blessed.